It's a fucking nightmare, you bitch!
What is up, guys? It's me, TheGamingD, and welcome back to another video. First of all, I want to say I hope you guys had a great Christmas and hopefully are going to have a happy New Year. Yes, I did not make a Christmas video. I planned on making one, but I just never ended up getting to it. I was really busy this past week, so yeah, I didn't get to it, and I'm sorry for that. But today is the day after Christmas. It is the 26th, and I am going to be doing another game review. Now, my next two game reviews are going to be on the most recent, if I'm not mistaken, or two of the three most recent Need for Speed games. Now, today, this one is on Need for Speed, the 2015 game that was released on the PS4 and Xbox One, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe PC, but I'm not sure for that. EA made it, so this is going to be possibly like an EA, based on EA in the next couple of games. So we're gonna see how they're doing on this Need for Speed, thing that's going on. So let's start off talking about the good things that I enjoy about the game Need for Speed. So, first of all, the game sounds great. What can you expect from any racing game? Of course, they're going to be sounding great no matter what. Also, it's EA making it, so they tend to, the sounds in their games tend to be pretty fine and really good. Very nice, very nice. All right. Next thing is the game looks like Need for Speed Carbon. I think that's a really cool thing when it comes to the game because, man, I enjoyed Need for Speed Carbon so much, and I just loved Need for Speed Carbon. I played it on the PS3, and it was a crazy game, and it was just very well put together, and you could customize a lot of things on your vehicles, and I thought that was really cool, and they kind of brought that over to this console for the first Need for Speed game on the next gen / current gen consoles. So I thought that was very, very nice. The button layout overall when you're racing, it feels pretty good. Obviously you got the typical gas and brake buttons with R2 and L2, and then you have the emergency brake with square, and then X is the nitrous. So I think that's very cool. And then I think they really went with the classic button layout instead of kind of like these button layouts other companies tend to use, where like X is the e-brake, and I don't really like X being the e-brake, but what can you do? Next thing, during the cutscenes, it's very the acting is very good. I'd say for you can tell, like, it doesn't seem like a lot of people were put into making this game. Like, this game seems like it was made by a small team of people, and the actors, they were just regular amateur actors that were getting possibly their first gig, and that was in a video game. So, yeah, the acting surprisingly was pretty good. Some of it was cheesy, but what video game doesn't have cheesy acting in any of its cutscenes? The next thing we got there's a lot of customizable options. You can customize every inch of your vehicle, like no matter what vehicle you own. You can go from like the tint, you can put like stickers on your windows, you can change the color of your paint, you can have different rims for the front like your front wheels and then your back wheels, you can change like the width of your tires, how far you want them sticking out in the front compared to the back, or uh, you know, it it's just cool. You can do a lot of things. You can customize just every inch of the car, and that's what I like about it. That's what I feel a Need for Speed game should be. It really reminds me of the Need for Speed Underground games when it comes to the customizable options in this. The next thing, the map size. The map size is pretty big, to be honest, for a EA game. If you haven't noticed, EA's games, their maps are really big, because most of their games don't have maps. Most of them are just sports games. But the ones that do have maps, they're normally quite small. But this has a decent sized map, and I'm honestly surprised about that. And then the final thing that I like about this game is the HUD on the screen while you're driving around looks amazing. I like the idea of having everything transparent. So you're probably seeing it on the screen. You got the mini map. It's transparent. You can still see the lines in the road, but it's not like a big circle just sitting in your screen, like a gray circle with like white lines in it for the roads. It's transparent. You get to see a full screen through all of that. Also, your speedometer, that is transparent as well, and just the colors in that, it just fits perfect. And man, it reminds me of Need for Speed Carbon, when you could actually customize your HUD and make it look however way you want it. So those are the things that I like about this game. If you agree with me at all with any of those, please tell me in the comments down below. But now let's get into the things that I dislike about the game. Now, the first thing that I dislike about this game is that I feel 90% of this game is during the night time. If you just go from race to race to race, it's always nighttime. Towards the end of this clip that you're seeing right now, you're gonna see that it's starting to, seems like it's starting to become daytime. But that's as far as I've seen it go in this game, and it's crazy. I think they should make it be daytime in this game, but I know for a fact that they are not updating this game anymore. They're not doing any DLC to it, nothing like that. Just because how old the game is now. It's soon to be 3 years old, so they're not really gonna do much when it comes to that. The next thing, the steering. The steering is not the best, and yes, you can go into your settings, change all of your your steering options and stuff like that. You can go into each vehicle and change how tight the steering is or how loose the steering is. But the default, it's just terrible. Like, you have to, you can't even really yank the wheel. If you want to turn a sharp corner going at least 50, you can't just turn the wheel. You have to drift the corner, and that's something that I don't really like about the game. Next thing, joining friends is impossible. So Jacob got this game I'd say 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer. He knew I was gonna be getting this, so it was like, all right, we could play this game together. It'd be cool. We haven't really played a racing game together, and we tried to play, and we can't do anything. We honestly, we can't join them like each other. For some reason, it always says that the lobby's full, then it says my lobby's full. We can't get into a private lobby. So it's dumb. And going into my other thing, it's always online. It's kind of like The Crew when I was playing that. back when it first came out. The game is always online. You will never be in a you'll never be in a lobby by yourself, and I do not like that. Like, man, if I want to play alone, I want to play alone without any distractions. People, driving in the middle of my races and messing me up. It's dumb, and I can't invite friends to my game. I invited a friend, and automatically his spot was taken from some random that just came into the game. Yeah, you can't have private, you can have private squads, but that has to be once you first get into the server, and you have to change that, because if not, then man, you're screwed, and you can't kick the people from your squads either. It's just they're in there and they're staying. So, and the final thing that I have to say is the game has basically no story to it. You join in and you're automatically start racing for these people, and just you get a car, and you're just racing. Now I'm going to be talking about the next game, the next EA game for this, my game reviews, damn it. My next one is going to be on Need for Speed Payback, and there's a big difference between the two, and you'll see in that. But this one has really no story to it. You just join in, start racing, and that's that. There's no objective or anything like that. So, also, one last thing that I just want to add this. The cutscenes are of real people acting. It's not animated. It's nothing. It's pretty much like classic Need for Speed. Yeah, it's just classic Need for Speed without, actual cutscenes with animated people. They took the easy route and just, did a live action play. So, yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video and agree with me at all, please tell me in the comments down below. And, yeah, follow me on Twitter at TheGamingD123, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.